Last night, I may have set a world record for the shortest engagement in human history. According to the imaginary judges in my head, the official time clocked in at around 455 seconds, so short it practically reversed time to erase itself entirely. Let me back up. My girlfriend, well, ex-girlfriend now, Jessica, and I had been together for 5 years. That's a presidential term. That's longer than some iconic TV shows ever ran. And for the first few years, everything was genuinely great. We laughed a lot, traveled, and shared the kind of love that makes you believe forever might actually be possible. But slowly, something shifted. Jessica discovered influencer culture. And once she fell down that rabbit hole, our life stopped being something we lived and became something she curated. Her focus moved from meaningful moments to photo ops. A perfect example? Last year, on our anniversary, I surprised her with a secluded cabin retreat in the mountains, complete with hiking trails, a roaring fireplace, and an open sky full of stars. Romantic, right? She spent the first 4 hours complaining that the lighting in the woods was terrible for selfies and that the cabin was too rustic for her brand aesthetic. Her brand, by the way, consists of selling vanilla-scented candles on Etsy to about 90 followers. And her brunch crew, Tiffany, Madison, and the rest of what I jokingly called the brunch brigade, were no better. A few weeks ago, one of their friends got engaged, and I had the misfortune of witnessing them rip apart her ring photo on Instagram like it was a roast battle. 2 carats? What is he, a farmer? The cut is so 2019. It was cruelty wrapped in sarcasm. That should have been my flashing red warning sign. But love makes us blind. Or in my case, stupid. Because I still went ahead with my plan to propose. For almost a year, I quietly saved up money, not to buy some mass-produced jewelry clone, but to create something unique. I went to Sarah, a talented local jeweler who specializes in custom pieces. I told her about Jessica's love for hiking and how she once told me her favorite color was the deep blue of the sky after storm. Together, we designed a one-of-a-kind ring, a stunning, ethically sourced sapphire at its center, in that exact moody blue, surrounded by intricate silver leaves. It was meaningful. It was beautiful. It was $10,000. That's a major chunk of my salary as an IT project manager. Then came proposal day. No crowds, no cliches. I took her to the scenic overlook where we had our first date. The sun was setting. I packed a picnic basket with her favorite cheeses and a bottle of champagne. It was perfect. I got down on one knee. Her eyes lit up until I opened the handcrafted wooden ring box. Her face changed. Instantly. The excitement vanished, replaced with confusion and disgust. "Oh my God, Liam," she whispered, her tone more disgusted than surprised. "Is this it?" She looked around nervously, like she was hoping nobody was witnessing this horror. I was stunned. I thought that was the point. Just us. Finally, she glanced at the ring, but didn't touch it. "It's cute," she said, the word landing like a slap. "Maybe a nice promise ring. But it's not even a diamond. It looks so cheap." Cheap. That word echoed in my head like a siren. That cheap ring had cost me $10,000 and carried more thought and love than anything else I'd ever given her. I don't remember getting up. I don't remember packing the picnic. I only remember the drive home. Silent. Awkward. She kept sighing, trying to bait me into apologizing for the embarrassment I'd caused. I said nothing. When we got home, she locked herself in the bedroom, claiming she was too emotionally overwhelmed to talk. I sat on the couch, feeling hollow. She thought I was crushed, and part of me was. But a bigger part of me opened my laptop. That Ford Bronco I'd been customizing online for months? The one I told myself I didn't need? Maybe I needed it now. The next morning, I didn't sleep. I just lay there on the couch, looping the word cheap in my mind like a broken record. At sunrise, I quietly grabbed the ring box, my keys, and my wallet. Jessica was still asleep, no doubt dreaming of diamond halos and Instagram-worthy apologies. I went straight to Sarah's jewelry shop. She was just unlocking the door when she saw me standing there with the ring in hand. Her face fell. "Oh no," she said softly. I gave her the 30-second version of what happened. The overlook, the picnic, the rejection. She listened, removed her glasses, and sighed. That girl, she said, does not deserve a man who knows what a sapphire looks like. Then, like the saint she is, she offered me a full refund. She said she'd proudly place the ring in her display case as a one-of-a-kind piece. I walked out with a $10,000 cashier's check. The logical voice in my head, my father's voice, told me to deposit it, be responsible. Instead, I drove straight to the Ford dealership. The Bronco redemption. I walked in like a man with nothing left to lose. Dave, the salesman, greeted me. Looking to upgrade? Something like that, I said, flashing the check. Just liquidated a long-term investment that went south. I'd like to reinvest into that cactus-gray Bronco over there. His eyes lit up. Within 2 hours, I was driving out in my dream truck, windows down, blasting Queen at full volume. It was the most cathartic experience of my life. When I got home, Jessica was at the kitchen table, holding her coffee like a martyr. There you are, she said, full of smug entitlement. Are you ready to talk about how we're going to fix this disaster? I dangled the Bronco's key fob with a grin. Outside, the truck chirped. Can't talk right now, I said. Got errands. Then I walked out. Final showdown. Later that evening, I came back from a victory lap, and Jessica was waiting like a CEO about to fire someone. We are talking about this now, she barked. I've decided I'm willing to forgive you, but we need to get the ring back. I almost laughed. Oh, the ring? Yeah, that's gone. Full refund. Sarah said she has a return policy for poor taste in partners. Her jaw dropped. You returned it without telling me? What did you even do with the money? I leaned against the counter, totally calm. Used it as a down payment on a Bronco. Her name's Bessie. And unlike you, she doesn't call me cheap. Her rage was nuclear. You spent our money on a truck? Nope, I said. My money. Saved for your ring. Which you rejected. So, I reinvested it in something that doesn't criticize me. She called me childish, selfish, immature. I told her the truth. You threw away 5 years when you valued a public spectacle over a private moment and a price tag over a promise. She stormed off to call Tiffany. A moment later, my phone buzzed. Liam, Jessica's in tears, Tiffany said. How could you be so cruel? Well, Tiffany, I replied. She said my lifelong commitment was cheap. So I upgraded to 300 horsepower. Click. Blocked. Jessica? Blocked. I told her I wanted her and all her curated belongings out of the apartment by week's end. The final honk. This afternoon, as I was leaving for pizza and beer, I saw her on the sidewalk with her suitcases, angrily tapping her phone while waiting for her Uber. I slowed the Bronco to a crawl. She looked up. Our eyes met. I smiled. 2 cheerful honks. Honk honk. Then I floored it. Watching her disappear in my rearview mirror felt like freedom. She wanted a status symbol. What she didn't realize was that I was the real prize. She lost a man with heart. I gained a truck with torque. And you know what? The Bronco even comes with a warranty. Time for that pizza.